Well, salutations, kindred spirits, and welcome to the return of the weekly Wednesday magic lesson. Yeah, it's the return. This is something we did 50 times in 2021. I'm bringing it back occasionally in 2022 for special events. This is one of those. Hey, we're celebrating 500K subscribers on the YouTube platform. Thank you to each and every one of you who hit that subscribe button. And hey, even if you're watching this without subscribing, thank you as well. So here's the skit. Today on the live, maybe you're watching this after the live. If you're not, I'll link these up. I'll do some pinning comments and link in the descriptions. You can watch the live later. I did this 4-card production, promised I'd teach it, so I'm teaching it now. Today we're talking about I'm calling it the variant 4-card production, and we'll talk more about it after you see me do it, and let's take a look at that now. All right, let's start this thing with a couple of shuffles, and we'll also need a random number. Now, if you were here, I just have you name a number, but you're way over there. So I'm gonna just roll the dice. We'll work with what we get. That's a 6 and a 1, that's a 7, must be lucky. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For 7, I gotta cut 16 right off the top. It's 16 off the top. And again, if you were here, you could stop me as I shuffle. I'm gonna stop here. That'll give us a 5. That's indicative of the 500,000 subscribers we just hit on YouTube. Thanks, y'all. Yeah, that's a 5, and that's a 5. That's also a 5, and that's a 5, and that, thank you, YouTube, is the 500K variant 4-card production. All right, so there you go, the variant 4-card production. We're using 5s to celebrate the 500K, but it could be anything. It could be aces, queens. I use a lot of things for this. The history, and that's what we're talking about now, the precursor to this effect, couple of things, hence the title, the variant. It all starts with Harry Lorraine, who originally published Halo Aces, and this was a quick 4-card production that involved a couple of slip cuts, and then the spectator said stop during a overhand shuffle to produce the final 2 of the 4 of a kind. Max Maven made a variant of, I don't know how to say it right, made a variation, maybe it's that, of this effect, published it in a set of lecture notes, a launching pad which led to the production you're seeing here today. That's probably more history than you want, but now you got it. And let's take a look now at the method for the variant 4-card production. All right, to do this thing, you're going to need 4 of a kind stacked in a deck. You can use dice, but you don't have to. In fact, it's better if you don't. This routine is really best served with a live audience, having them make choices, naming numbers, saying when to stop shuffling, things of this nature. It really elevates a 4-card production when your audience is involved. The setup on this is 1 card at the top, 3 at the face. So I have 3 of the 5s on the face, 1 5 at the top. Probably worth noting, I usually have them all at the top to start. It's just easy to keep them in place during some stock shuffles, just leaving that block of 5s on the top of the deck. And then when I'm ready to go into this effect, as I'm shuffling, I just casually overhand shuffle 3 5s to the face. And now we're ready to start. And you'll find this is sleight of hand, but it's easy sleight of hand. Let me sum it up for you. We're going to do a slip cut or a halo cut. I use a pinky pull down for this. Milk shuffle, which is super simple overhand shuffle move. And that's really it. You know, maybe if you want to do those shuffles at the beginning to keep your stock in place, just don't shuffle the top card or shuffle the bottom 3. And I also used a false cut. This is the Erdinace, one of the Erdinace cuts from Expert at the Card Table. Lots of those to pick from. However you decide to start, your stack's ready to go. And we begin by having our spectator name a number from 1 to 10. Let's just use 4. So whatever it is, you're going to deal it to the table. Because the top card is one of the 4 of a kind, that's going to be the card at the face of this packet. So they can name any number, really. We just keep it short by restricting the selection to 1 to 10. Whatever they name, you deal the cards. You could also just say stop dealing. You could spell their name, dealing cards, whatever you like. Now, the precursor to this effect, Harry Lorraine's Halo Aces, used what Harry termed the halo cut. This is a slip cut off the base of your fingers. It drags the card along as you execute a kick cut, and a kick cut is lifting with your forefinger. It pivots off the back of the thumb, kicking that top parcel, the top half over. And as you do this, you use that forefinger to slip the bottom card along with it. This is Harry Lorraine's halo cut action. So, and you would continue in a slip cut off the face of the deck. I prefer a pinky pull down over the halo cut. So when I do this technique, it's just a little more surefire. I use my little pinky to pull down just the bottom card there. Just the pinky tip gets the bottom card and pulls it down. Then I use that same kick cutting action to kick the top half over. And then the pinky, which is pulling down, moves with the top half, and I gently reset it on the top as I say, yeah, 15 cards, and then I drop this pile to the table. And what that sequence does is give you a 5 at the face of that packet. So I say, oh, 4 for 4, I got to cut 16 cards. And that's what that looks like. I just name a number. I don't know how many's here. I just say something. So now we got a 5 at the face of each of these packets. And then to finish, the last 2 5s are here. We're going to execute a milk overhand shuffle as we ask our spectator to say stop shuffling. So the milk shuffle, it's an overhand shuffle move. That's not it. That's not it at all, Mr. Khan. This is the overhand shuffle sequence. Okay? And my 5s are still on the face here. They will be as long as I don't shuffle to the bottom. To do a milk shuffle, you employ the fingertips. I'm going to use mainly my 2 middle fingertips here to contact the face card. And as I begin the initial overhand, pulling cards with my thumb, I'm going to milk that 5 with my fingertips from the face. So you see how we're milking it. That's the name, that's the term. We're milking it from the bottom along with that initial top card pull. And what that'll do is place a 5 at the face of each packet when your spectator says stop shuffling. And that will bring you to the conclusion of the variant 4 of a kind production. Thank you, Harry Lorraine. Thank you, Max Maven. And hey, thank you for watching. You. So there you go. Nothing too tough there. A little pinky pull down cut. That's not hard. Milk shuffles. Milk shuffles. Those are easy. You should be able to do this one if you put your mind to it. And hey, don't forget those resources I mentioned before. Harry Lorraine, Max Maven. Always worth taking a look at some of the giants upon whose shoulders we're sitting. All right, that's going to be a wrap for the return of the weekly Wednesday magic lesson. I hope some of this information sits well in your gray matter, and thank you for your time, attention, and energy. That's going to be a wrap, folks. See you on the next time. When will that be? We don't know. Stay tuned, find out. Ciao for now.